This is a very quick lesson on simple interest. So moving into the finance world now. So at your age you might not realize this, but when you become an adult, when you invest money in a bank, it is possible to earn a thing called simple interest. Similarly, when you borrow money for a bank, like to buy a car or to get a loan for a car or to buy a house or something, the bank may charge you simple interest. It's extra money that gets added onto the amount that you borrowed. The formula used to calculate simple interest is I equals PRT over 100. So important, we might want to, I've still got a cough, we might want to highlight it. So what are these things all about? So it's like an algebraic equation, isn't it? So I is the amount of interest earned. So if you invest it in a bank, then you earn interest. It's like an extra reward you get for giving the bank your money to look after. They pay a little bit of extra money to you as a reward for doing that. Or charged, if you borrow money for a bank, they're going to kind of penalize you by charging you extra money. So you pay back the money you borrowed from them plus extra money, and that's how they make money off you. P is a thing called the principal. Principal is the amount of money you put in the bank. So if grandma gave you $200 and you put it in the bank and opened a bank account and put it in your bank, your principal is $200. If you had to borrow $3,000 to buy a bike from the bank, then the principal would be $3,000. So it's an amount in terms of money. So the units are dollars. Similarly for interest, the units are dollars. They're amounts in dollars. R is the interest rate, which is a percentage. So the bank tells you what the interest rate is going to be. So it could be something small normally, like 3%, 5%, 9%, 0.5%. So it's small amounts. So that's the R. Have a guess what you think the T would be? It's a number of years. Again, the units are years. So what we do is a question, we try to work out which number is which in the question, and we plug it in and calculate the interest. And away we go. Let's see what on earth does this mean. So the example is $1,200, let's say $1,200, we're in Bermuda, not the UK, so let's say $1,200 is invested at 4.5% per annum. Per annum means per year. So that means per year. It's just a kind of lingo that they have in the banks, per annum meaning per year. I think it's Latin. Calculate the simple interest earned over 5 years. So we're going to use our little formula, I equals PRT over 100. Our P is the principal, that's the amount we invested, so there's our P. Our interest rate is the percentage they charge, offer, and our time is 5 years. And we want to know, calculate the simple interest. So the simple interest is what we're looking for. So equals PRT, so let's write it out, 1,200. You can use the multiply sign if you want, or you can use brackets, times 4.5 times 5. Because that's the interest rate, that's the time, that's the principal. Over 100, and just put the little thing in the calculator. Remember, interest, it's an amount in dollars. So it does say pounds in the question, but again, like we're in Bermuda, so let's use dollars. 1,200 times 4.5 times 5 equals, then don't forget to divide by 100. Sometimes people forget to do that. You'll get $270. So what on earth does this mean in the real world? It means, let's say, you earned some money, opened a bank account, and you decided to put in $1,200 into your bank account. So it means that at the end of 5 years, what's in your bank account is that plus the extra money that the bank gave you as a reward. So by putting your money in their bank, they invested your money in other bigger things, and they made money off you. So they gave you a bit of that money. So in total, the amount in your bank account would be that plus that. So in total, you've got $1,470 in your bank account. So that's what interest is. It's some nice extra money that you can earn. Reality banks probably wouldn't give you that much interest, but let's just say they were being nice. Probably be something much lower than that, like 1% or 0.9%. Another example, Yulia borrows. So remember, it can refer to investing your money in a bank or borrowing money in a bank, like loaning money from a bank to buy something and then you pay them back later. So here's one when you're borrowing money from the bank for a loan. Yulia borrows this amount for 15 months at 3.4% simple interest. Calculate the interest she owes the bank. So this is what, so she's going to have to pay the bank back this much plus the extra money, which is the interest. So the bank is going to get more money off her than what they gave her in the end. At the charge they give for apply for, like, you know, loaning you money. They wouldn't just give it to you for nothing. They want to make some money out of it. Okay, great. So which one is the principal? Principal is the amount borrowed or invested. In this case, it's borrowed. So that's your principal. The rate is a percent. Now the time has to be in years. So what's 15 months in years? I'm trying to think, 15 months is like 15. How many months are in a year? Right, there's 12. 15 over 12. Let's practice simplifying our fractions. They can divide the top and bottom, the numerator and denominator, by 3. So we'd get 5 over 4. So you can put 5 over 4 in, or you could convert it to a decimal. 5/4 is 1.25. Doesn't matter. So 4,500, you can use the multiply sign if you want, or if you want to use brackets. The interest rate was 3.4. And the time is 1.25, or you can put 5 over 4. That's also okay. Or 15 over 12, no problem, because it's not a final answer. So you can have the unsimplified fraction in here. All over 100. Let's work out our amount, and it's in dollars. So we've got to do 4,500 times 3.4 times 1.25 equals, and then divide that answer by 100. And then do you get 100? Hopefully you get the same as me, or else I'll put something wrong in the calculator. 191 point. Yeah, that was gross. Okay, 191. I'm just going to fix that. 191.25. Money's to 2 decimal places, and it happens to be exactly 0.25 anyway. So what does that mean? So that's the interest, that's all done. So what it means is when you, at the end of 15 months, this is how much you're going to have to pay back. So you have agreed that you'll pay them back within 15 months. You've made that agreement with the bank. If you pay back longer than that, then they might charge you a lot of extra money. So $4,500 over 15 months, you've paid them back this amount plus that amount. So in total, you've paid the bank back $4,691.25. So how much money did the bank make off you? They made that much profit off you. They made that much money off you. Whereas when you're investing instead, it's a reward for giving them your money to look after. They give you some extra money. That's how simple interest works in general. Okay, thanks for that. Bye.